Well guys, it is finally a new year and I am really excited for 2021. It's no big secret that 2020 really sucked, and for a guitar player I can't think of a better way to leave it all behind than to go into the new year with a new guitar. I think there are great things coming up in the new year for me and for you. You could say it's going to be a golden year. I have always wanted a gold top Les Paul style guitar, and one of my favorite brands, AIO All-in-One Guitars, has stood up and delivered. Gold, gold, gold. Just look at this thing. One thing I want to say right off the bat is that they have totally nailed this color. I have seen other companies do gold top style guitars and the color was not quite right. Like it was a little bit too yellow, or even some of them had like a slight green tint to them. But this one, they just knocked it right out of the park. This is a true, beautiful gold top. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, you probably know that the AIO guitars are an excellent bang for the buck. This one's no exception. It's about, $400 to $500, right in that price range. And hey, if you've still got a stimulus check burning a hole in your pocket, you could get one of these guitars and still have money left over. Now, there's one thing that's really cool about the fact that AIO is doing this finish in regards to some of the finishes that they've done in the past. Let me set this down for a second. Let me grab my Wolf WLP in the Trans Red Burst. This is one of my favorite guitars. I've had it for a while, but you can see here, this has a thick abalone binding all the way around the body, and it's got abalone fret inlays and even abalone binding on the logo and around the headstock here. Now, I love all the abalone on this guitar. It gives it some flash and some pizzazz. But I know there have been some people out there who wanted AIO to do simpler finishes on their guitars. And with the gold top, they have done that. It still has all of the great hardware and build quality that their other guitars have, but this has just a simple single ply binding around the body, single ply binding on the neck, and up on the headstock. It's a little bit of a simpler look and a little bit more classic. Now, the body and the neck of the guitar are mahogany. It's got a beautiful ebony fretboard, 22 frets, Grover tuners up here. Then we've got the classic control layout of the 2 volumes, 2 tones, and a 3-way toggle switch. The pickups are the AIO proprietary pickups, and then to finish it off, we've got the classic stop, tail, bridge, and tailpiece. Of course, all the hardware is gold. The gold top with the cream accents, the gold hardware, the dark ebony fretboard, black headstock. It's a beautiful vintage look, but on a totally modern, easy playing guitar. Even the back looks nice. Of course, it's a set neck, and I always mention this, but the transparent finish on the back of the guitar lets you still see the wood grain there. Okay guys, so of course we're going to go ahead and plug this in. I think you're going to be impressed with the sound, in particular this really beautiful, creamy high end that it has. But real quick guys, of course I always have to mention this, if you enjoy videos like this, checking out cool, affordable guitars, and you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing right now. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and plug this into my Fender GTX 100. I'll run through a few presets, and I also want to give a big shout out to the backing track channel, Backing Tracks by Tim, for allowing me to use some of his backing tracks for this video. Alright, let's check out the guitar. Alright guys, so again, I love that super creamy high end that this guitar has. It has a really beautiful sustain on it, and all of the high notes, they sustain and they jump out, but they never sound harsh. Now, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but a little bit ago I did a video where I was talking about my top 6 guitars out of all the guitars I own, basically the guitars that I play the most. And one of those guitars was my AIO Wolf WLP. This guitar plays just as good as that one, but of course it has the classic gold top look to it. Now, a big part of why these guitars play so well is the extensive setup that AIO does before they ship them out. They've got a really cool video about how they do the setup over on their channel, and I've talked about it in the past, so you guys might have already seen that, but if you haven't, it's definitely something very eye-opening to check out about how detailed the setup is, and I'll put a link for that in the video description below. But all in all, at the end of the day, this is a very easy guitar to play. The neck shape is just like a very comfortable sort of middle of the road C or D shape, kind of in between those two. It's got a nice roundness to it, but it's still relatively thin to where it's easy to move around on and easy to play. Alright guys, but let me know what you think of this guitar, and what do you think of gold top style guitars in particular. I love the look of this guitar. Also guys, I really am feeling great about the new year coming up, and I hope you are too. I know 2020 has really, it's really been a tough year for a lot of people. So aside from what you think of the guitar, let me know in the comment section below what you guys are hopeful for in the year coming up. I will have links for everything I talked about here in the video description below. I will have links for the guitar, the amplifier I used, the backing track channel, and also my social media, and even a link down there for my instructional material. Alright guys, thanks a ton for watching. I hope you're as excited about the new year as I am. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you soon.